Hey, this is Ruth Hartunian Allenbaugh, otherwise known as Ravings and Cravings. Good evening. Welcome to today's interview. I'm here with Connecticut Fudge Works John and Maureen Verkler, who are the sole owners of the company. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And they're even more welcome. For those of you who are going to see this on YouTube, I'm going to hold one up. They're even more welcome because they brought in 6 of these, which are 8-ounce containers of their homemade fudge. I have here in the studio maple walnut, which has already been tried by Matt and I. We will talk about that. Have chocolate peanut butter, classic chocolate, salted caramel pina colada, chocolate mint fudge. So, tell us, how can people find your fudge and how can they order it so that they can enjoy it like I just did? Either of you, feel free.
Okay, so
He's like, you go.
we are at the Ellington Farmers Market in season May through October at actually a new location this year at 72 Maple Street in Ellington every Saturday morning. So you can find us there ourselves. And then November through February, we're at the Ellington High School with the Farmers Market. In addition to that, we do sell our fudge at mcmfundraising.com. And that's a great way to support your kids' fundraisers. And their Simply Ship program.
Oh, that's much better than what I had to do. Let's see, when I was in junior high, I was selling light bulbs. And
it's
also,
a lot tastier than light bulbs.
And gem cleaner. Like, who needs a gallon to clean? Anyway, fudge is better. What else?
Absolutely. And then we are also in 14, soon to become 15 retail stores throughout central Connecticut. So
you know, I really want people out there, if you are a business owner and you have anything to do with food, consider adding fudge to your menu where people can enjoy it. So I want to tell you from firsthand experience, because I already tore into one of these. This is my honest assessment of fudge. Matt and I tried maple walnut already. So my complaint has always been that fudge is either dry or it's gritty. And you can tell that it's not fresh, like it's been sitting there for such a long time. This is smooth. The flavor is true to itself. So like maple really does taste like maple. I think that's groundbreaking. I think that's awesome. Maureen, you are the brainchild behind all these recipes, so I am going to get you in here, right?
No, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Talk about the flavors that you have, and maybe you have a favorite one.
My favorite would be the salted caramel.
Oh, all right. So why salted caramel?
I think it's the sweet salty thing for me. Mm-hmm. It's the
I'll let people take a look at that. Sweet salty. This one this does not have chocolate. You said you're going to do a version of it.
Right. I'm going to be making a dark sea salt caramel. Mm. Yes.
Where did these recipes come from, or is that not? You can't say.
Well, I can't really say,
okay,
but
that's right.
I do have lots of them. But yeah,
you do.
And
you've been doing this for how many years now?
Currently it's 2 years, but we had made fudge years ago. Back about 15 years ago, we started making fudge. So it's been around for a while.
15 years, but you were not doing that in Connecticut, right?
Right.
That was
in Illinois.
So everyone rejoice, because now we have good fudge here in our corner of the state. Tell us how, if I want to order fudge, and I live here in Willimantic, how would I go about doing that?
Mm-hmm. You can go to our website, ctfudgeworks.com. Okay. And actually there you will find a complete list of all of our retail stores. And if you don't find one that's close to you, you can also find there a link to order fudge online. And we will ship right to your door.
That is nice. I don't even know anyone in the area. Well, I know you on your list, Coventry was the closest as far as, or Columbia.
Columbia.
Yep. And the other was in? Pomfret. So that's kind of out there. Mm-hmm. Columbia is close as far as local for those of us who live here in Willimantic. But there's no reason why people can't have good fudge, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. We have shipped all the way across the country. California to Florida.
What's the shelf life of something like this? So these 8-ounce containers, how long will,
Right.
if you don't eat it fast?
Right. They'll last, really, they don't go bad.
Really?
And with the containers we have, it helps preserve it. I would say 3 months, it'll maybe start getting hard around the edge. But it doesn't really go bad. And a lot of it has to do with the way the containers keep the
These
contained.
are pretty airtight.
Yes.
So that's why the container is kind of the key.
I think that helps, yeah.
It helps.
Because when you go into a store and they're out on the counter and they get dried out and...
That's my beef. I don't like it then. And I'm like, why
Right.
am I paying this much money for
Exactly.
something like that?
Exactly.
Tell us about your flavors. What kind of flavors do you guys have for fudge?
So our top seller is classic chocolate,
Classic.
right? Followed closely by chocolate peanut butter, chocolate walnut, number 3, followed by salted caramel, chocolate mint, chocolate with M&Ms, maple walnut, chocolate raspberry, Rocky Road, and peanut butter. Those are our top 10.
Ooh. Okay.
And then, as Maureen alluded to, we've got lots and lots of recipes. We probably take anywhere from 15 to 18 flavors with us to the farmer's market on a given Saturday.
Ooh, wow. You have the capability of making how many flavors, roughly, do you think?
I would say we've probably made 50 or 60 different flavors
Wow. Wow.
thus far.
I'm going to open up the classic chocolate because in my mind, if you can't do the classic well, then you really shouldn't do anything. But I'm sure that I'm not going to be disappointed.
I don't think you will be.
I don't think I will be. I'm going to just open this. So people in Radio Land, you're going to hear me do that. And I'm going to flip this open. And Matt, I might even share with you.
Okay.
Because like 8 ounces, I mean, that's a pretty good sized chunk of fudge, you know? And it's obviously it's dense, but it cuts really nicely, cuts right through there, and I can smell the chocolate.
Well, we put the little knife in there for you.
Yeah,
too.
that is really, you know what, for those of us, here, Matt, have some.
Thank you.
For those of us who really like our sweets, we thank you for including a utensil because, you know, I would hate to just pick this thing up with my hand and then hold it and eat it like a candy bar. What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah, Matt's like, wow. I'm going to try
Sweet,
some.
but not too sweet. And it's very, very chocolatey. It's very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Would this be a milk chocolate? What kind of chocolate is it?
I don't really know that it would be milk chocolate exactly.
It's
I
not
would say.
truly dark.
Right. No, we do a dark chocolate, and that
You
is
do?
definitely not.
Dark chocolate fudge?
I would say it's more of a milk chocolate, though,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I cut you a piece too? I mean,
Well,
I
I
don't
know
want
what
to be.
it tastes
He
like.
gets
Well, I
he
don't
gets
wanna-
plenty of pieces.
Do you need one?
No,
'Cause
I don't.
That'll
Thank
get you through the rest of the interview. No,
I'm
you're good?
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, it is nice and creamy. It's not gritty. You know, I think there's something wrong with fudge if it's crunchy.
Right.
Unless it's supposed
Exactly.
to.
Exactly.
So like what? If there's cookies in it?
If there's cookies in it, if there's, this one has the sea salt on it, so that's going to probably have a little crunch on the top, but,
That's okay.
Yeah, that kind, when you're expecting it.
And you were talking to me before we got on the air about somebody who uses this in their cookies.
She has in the past, yes. Mama Max.
Mm-hmm. And what does she
Yes.
do with these?
She'll take a little piece and put it in the filling on the inside of the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's say I want to do a big event, and I would like favors, like a special little thank you. Maybe it's a wedding, or maybe it's a corporate event where I want people to go home with something nice. What kind of things can you make for those kinds of occasions? What's available in fudgy form?
So we can do we have the little organza bags at Christmas time. They're the ones they had maybe snowflakes on them or something like that.
I'm going to grab the photo while
Different
you're
colors and so forth, and we'll cut up a quarter pound piece of fudge, wrap it in the cellophane, and put it in a little organza bag. You know, it can go in gift baskets and go with favors, corporate gifts. Then for like a wedding, we have, what does that one say? Love is
Love is
Sweet.
I'll
Yeah,
hold that
it's a-
picture up too. So if you're gonna check this out on YouTube later, you'll get to see what it looks like.
Yeah, just something a little special.
So let's say I want 500 of these.
Yep.
How much time do you need to make that many for my event?
A 2-week lead time would be good.
Is that's good for? Is that a general good rule as far as
Yeah,
ordering?
depending on the size of the order, 1 to 2 weeks, but being that size, maybe 2 weeks would be good.
So like a
just-
500 piece order, a couple weeks.
Yes.
And then you could just do any flavor. Is doable, right?
Yeah, any of
Any
the
of our
flavors.
standard
that we-
flavors.
right.
Yeah. Again, they're all listed on the website. All the contact information is on the website. ctfudgeworks@gmail.com is our email address.
Great.
Phone number is on the website. And there's just a button there, too, that you can just click and send us a message.
So, and you also have a Facebook page,
We do?
and you have an Instagram account.
Right.
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 So, what kind of information will people find in those social media kind of places? Because that's usually more like real time-ish as far as info, right?
Right. So what we'll do there is post if we have different flavors available. Every week we'll post what we are bringing to the market, farmers market with us, and any other promotions that we have going on, or we'll put information up there about our retail stores if we had a new one, or if we've doing a promotion with
Great.
one, something like that.
So, why fudge though? That's what That's what I want to know. Like, what brought you to the point in your life where you woke up one morning and said, I think I'd like to make fudge for a long time. What was it that brought you to that point? Was there something that drove that, or was it a dream? Was it a crazy thought? What happened? How did that happen?
I'm going to let the fudge maker answer that one.
Yeah, because you're still working, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm just her little part-time helper when I can.
Yeah,
Anytime.
so I had some back surgery, and our son had a facility with the whole kitchen set up for a restaurant, and he had extra room there, so I was sitting around thinking of something I could do in that space, and I'm like, I wanted to get back into the fudge production again, and it's just a fun thing. It was just it makes people happy, put a smile on their face when they get a package of fudge, so that's kind of how it started.
So you've been doing it for a couple years here in
Right.
Connecticut.
Right.
And were you doing it before that anywhere else?
Yes, in Illinois. We had a little mercantile, we called it, a little store, and we had our fudge kettle in there, and we'd make the fudge, and the customers come in and watch you making the fudge, and it was just a fun little sidekick.
Ooh,
So
is that a reel or anything on Instagram? Like, can I watch you making fudge? Is that on there?
We do have a few reels up on Instagram at various stages of making fudge, and we say handmade in small batches. So what she'll do is when the fudge is ready, she'll pour it into small batches and actually mix each of the flavors. So depending on what goes in that flavor, she'll mix it batch by batch. Usually it's about 6 pounds in a batch
six
per flavors, right?
6 flavors per batch.
6.
Yeah. Usually.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we've got different reels posted up there and pictures.
I always am fascinated by the process, like from the raw ingredient to it being packaged.
Right.
That to me is fascinating.
Right.
I like the finished product, but
Yeah.
the getting there.
So then I pour it into a pan where I'll get 12 half-pound pieces. And then that sits for a day.
Really, why does it?
It needs to harden. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
when you pour it, it's, yeah. So then the next day I'll cut it and package it.
It doesn't need to be refrigerated, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So it sits out covered some.
Yep.
And then Do you package it by hand, like
I
in
do.
these small containers? Like you don't have a machine that just
No.
pumps it out? No. Well, you know, when you retire and you are more wealthy, you can get her a machine that will package it, right?
I could, but
You
then
could.
we couldn't say it's done by hand.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's really high touch, low tech
Right.
in many ways, right?
Right.
Right.
So I was asking you about prices, and people can see what the prices are online, but I think the prices are really reasonable and fair. And you guys were telling me that the span of prices depends on who's offering it as far as sale, right?
Right.
So people can determine their own price, right?
Right.
Right.
So, you know, if you are a restaurant owner out there, I'm going to be I'm begging you right now, please have fudge somewhere. And I will come and see you, and I will be your first customer to buy fudge from these guys. So it's Connecticut Fudge Works. I'm here with John and Maureen Verkler. They are the owners of Connecticut Fudge Works. They can make up to 50 different kinds of fudge. I think that's pretty impressive. Like, I don't know if I could think of 50 different flavors, you know? Do you do any, well, I see one of them that I have is pina colada,
Right.
which is very interesting because I don't think of citrus and fudge together.
Right.
Are there any other more, like, unique flavors that,
We definitely have unique. A raspberry lemonade we've done.
ooh, I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
It's surprising. It's
It's
refreshing.
Popular summertime flavor.
It is.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'd have to try it.
Yep.
What else is
Yep.
interesting flavor?
Kids go for cotton candy.
Cotton candy fudge.
Another one we've done was peanut butter and jelly,
What?
and that is amazingly good.
It's another popular one.
Can I have that for lunch?
You good?
Absolutely.
Is that lunch?
The sandwich without the bread.
Yeah. You know what? That means it's low carb. No, it's not low
Well,
carb.
well.
No.
Yeah.
No, it does not
It's all
count.
on how you slice it.
Here we go. We're going to go for the puns right now, right? Well, we won't fudge on that, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
What are some other interesting flavors that you have?
Um,
Do you have, like, savory flavors?
Not really. I can't think of anything.
So, like, I'm thinking, like,
savory.
lavender.
I haven't tried that.
I mean, I can't imagine, like, a rosemary fudge.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, you could do it. I know we're all cringing here. We're all thinking. And I'm cringing because I'm thinking, no, probably not. But I think
So
lavender.
our son for the Big E did a pickle cupcake, and they were saying we ought to do a pickle fudge. Try that out. We haven't
Yeah,
tried it yet.
The farmers market had a pickle festival last year, and they're going to repeat it. But we did not go there with the pickle fudge. But you never know.
How
You
about,
never know.
How about garlic? Garlic fudge. That could be, well, okay, everybody's like, I think no one's feeling the love on that, so we're going to move on with that. That's all right, it's okay. But I mean, I think there's lots of possibilities for flavors,
Yeah,
you know?
there is that. Yeah, the sky's the limit, really.
It really is. And you can make different shapes of this, right?
We can.
So I'm gonna just hold up a couple more pictures, so when people look at this on YouTube, they can see some of the offerings of things that you can do with the fudge. The one picture I'm holding up has hearts, like for any time really, not just Valentine's Day. And then this picture is, what does it say?
An Easter bunny.
Easter greetings. There we go. There's no really expiration date on these, are there?
There's not. No.
So really, you'll just eat it fast enough, and no
Right,
one-
and you can freeze it if need be.
What?
If you don't go through it fast enough,
you can freeze fudge.
you can.
Oh, I didn't know that, because that's a game changer right there. Because that means you'll always have fresh fudge.
Right.
And then you know what you do is you shave it over your ice cream.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. Could I put it in the microwave and melt it and
You could.
make it like a sauce type thing
Yeah.
too?
Yep.
So, you know, there are a lot of possibilities as far as fudge. So I think you're just limited to your imagination.
Exactly.
Well, what do you hope that people will take away as far as your business? What is your hope for your customers when they come in?
Well, we hope they take away fudge, but
Well, that, of course. I will take this away. That's the pile that's sitting here.
Yes.
I'll share. But I mean, other things, I mean, your product is obviously a high quality product, because I've tasted bad fudge. And actually, Admittedly, I have made bad fudge. Hard to believe out there. I know everyone out there thinks I do everything well, but I just have to be humble and say I have made bad fudge. Even when I followed the recipe, it didn't work. Because there are certain techniques, right,
Yep.
in the process that
Right.
make it good.
We try to be consistent. That's the key.
It really is, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I am thankful for you guys for being here with me. Connecticut Fudge Works. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. Thank you, John and Maureen, for being here on Good Company WILI. I will share fudge with Matt, and I will see you guys next week when I'm talking to the Crumb Patisserie Bakery, a new bakery in Brooklyn, here on Good Company WILI.